So that is the situation of Vrindavan. But Prabhupada says they're merged in the ocean of transcendental bliss. They're experiencing so much pleasure. Okay? And but what happens in Vrindavan, even there, Asuras, in Bholok this happens. Asuras and demons try to, in spiritual world, nobody can disturb. And that is why we are all here. We try to disturb. Krishna said, go to the material world, don't disturb my Leela here. We are all mischief mongers. Something we did like Arishtasura, or we wanted to do something like Arishtasura. Krishna said, please get out. So a demon named Arishtasura entered the village like a great. This is the narration going on now, and he was huge. The clouds were touching his tail or head, and the situation became so terrible. The inhabitants of Vrindavan, Prabhupada said, began to cry, and then Krishna comes. He said, "Okay, you want to fight with me?" And the demon is very angry. What is Krishna doing? He's standing with this, nectar devotion says he first made his dress proper. Krishna is the best of the dressers. In dhoti, everything he put proper, and then he put his hand on his head and resting on his hand, and then Bull began to proceed to Krishna with anger. And this is what the nature professor saw. Imagine so much nectar. Even we were so stupid. Everybody's drinking the nectar, but we had problems in this. Arishtasura still has problem. He's so envious. He just cannot see the wonderful qualities of Krishna. Okay. Arishtasura lifted tail and he started now doing something. Okay. Continue, Manoj. You can do.
Yeah, were hovering about the tail. His eyes were reddish and moving in anger. Pointing his horns at Krishna, he began to charge him, just like the thunderbolt of Indra. But Krishna immediately caught his horns and tossed him away, just as a gigantic elephant repels a small, invisible elephant. Although the demon appeared to be very tired, and although he was perspiring, he took courage and got up. Again, he charged Krishna with great force and anger. While rushing towards Krishna, he breathed very heavily. Krishna again caught his horns and immediately threw him on the ground, breaking his horns. Krishna then began to kick his body, just as one squeezes a wet cloth on the ground. Being thus kicked by Krishna, Aristasura rolled over and began to move his legs violently, bleeding and passing stool and urine, his eyes starting from their sockets. He passed to the kingdom of death. The demigods in the celestial planets began to shower flowers on Krishna for his wonderful achievements. Krishna was already the life and soul of the inhabitants of Vrindavana, and after killing this demon in the shape of a bull, he became the cynosure of all eyes. With Balrama, he triumphantly entered Vrindavana village, and the inhabitants glorified him and Balrama with great jubilation. When a person performs some wonderful feat, his kinsmen and relatives and friends naturally become jubilant. It was after this incident that the great sage Narada disclosed the secret of Krishna. Narad Muni is generally known as Deva Darshana, which means that he can be seen only by the demigod gods or persons on the same level with the demigod. But Narada visited Kansa, who was not at all on the level of the demigods, and yet Kansa saw him. Of course, Kansa also saw Krishna, what to speak of Narada Muni. But generally, one must have purified eyes to see the Lord and his devotees. Of course, by association with a pure devotee, one can derive an imperceptible benefit, which is called Ajanta Sukriti.
Agyasukriti.
Ajanta
Agyat,
Das
agyas. Agyasukriti.
Sukriti. Sorry. He cannot he cannot understand how he is making progress, yet he makes progress by seeing the devotee of the Lord. Narada Muni's mission was to finish things quickly. Krishna appeared to kill the demons, and Kansa was the chief among them. Narada wanted to expedite things, therefore, he immediately approached Kansa with all the real information. You are to be killed by the eighth son of Vasudeva, Narada told Kansa. The eighth son is Krishna. You were misled by Vasudeva into believing that the eighth issue of Vasudeva was a daughter. Actually, the daughter was born of Yashoda, the wife of Nanda Maharaja, and Vasudeva exchanged.
Yeah, एक second. एक second. We will, not this much we will take.
Yes.
My work is parallelly. Okay. Now this is very nice. So he came to fight for Krishna. It's not a challenge. It was very small. Just as we as a wet cloth on the ground, Krishna was working a few times finished. And then the Devatas, for them, it was very difficult thing to do. Arishtasura, Bakasura, they were very difficult for the demon, for these people to fight, for Devatas also to fight. They were all, as far as I understand, they had some siddhis to create all this kind of forms. Okay, there are different Ashta siddhis. They had some siddhis. The Danavas also have Maya Danava and all. They had, they have various powers. They said Danavas have another kind of siddhis. Whatever, some siddhis they had. And he came to fight with Krishna. He's not a small personality, and he was very proud. But for Krishna, it was a play, like a small play. You play with the toy. And then when the demon is killed, Krishna, just imagine, he has saved the whole Vrindavan again. And they entered the Vrindavan. Everybody glorified him with great jubilation. Okay? And naturally, Prabhupada says in nature, when he performs a wonderful feat, what happens? Your kinsmen and relatives particularly, they feel great pleasure. True? Manoj? Correct? They feel great pleasure. Even if you don't do something, they are sometimes glorifying you. But they feel great pleasure. Then Narada, this part is okay. This much part is okay.
Yes,
there was some fight, and I've not described the fight. The demon was, tired. He was perspiring. Again, he came to fight, and Krishna finished him. Caught his horns. He said, Krishna knows how to fight. Just like the bulls and all, you should hold the horns. Swabhaviki, Krishna knows everything. Now, who trained Krishna on all this thing? How to fight with powerful demons and all? Right from Putana, no. Swabhaviki, Krishna knows everything. He holds the horns. Even what people do, the Jallikattu and all, they also hold the horns or whatever. It's not easy, to hold the bull, but Krishna knows. All the skills are naturally present within Krishna. Nobody has to teach him. And anyway, so this demon is killed. Now Narada does something very, very, very interesting. This is difficult to understand. How he goes to Kamsa and says, what is happening, Kamsa? And Prabhupada says that Krishna and Narada, even great devotees, may not be visible to somebody. And they are only visible by their kindness. Prabhupada said, Deva Darshana. He can be seen only by the Devatas and people on the same level, who are advanced devotees. But Kamsa was able to see by will of Narada. And their bodies are very subtle, not like gross. You cannot see them. Many times Prabhupada had incidences where Narada came to some programs. Prabhupada could see, devotees could not see. There was a Rath Yatra and Prabhupada started laughing. And the devotees said, what happened, Prabhupada? You're laughing so much. Are Narada was laughing. He saw all you mlechas, the Yavanas dancing in Harinama. He was so happy. There were a couple of instances like that. So pure devotees may feel his presence. That's what Prabhupada said. But everybody, they don't allow themselves to be seen because we don't know how to take benefit of their presence. The Prabhupada said we should have purified eyes to see the Lord and his devotees. It's very important. Okay. Our Prabhupada said, but in association, we develop something known as Agya Sukriti. Even though we may not be qualified, but by good association, gradually our heart also starts beating for Krishna. In association, we learn. We were today discussing that point. How bhava, the rasa is there, no? Rasika bhuvi bhavu kaha. Isn't it? That third shloka. Or the Bhagavatam. What is the first shloka? A third shloka of the first canto Bhagavatam. Aho bhuvi rasika bhuvi bhavu kaha. Okay? Aho bhuvi rasika bhuvi bhavu kaha. This is very neatly given already. But people do not know rasika bhuvi bhavu kaha. So the great devotees are there also drinking the rasa. But we are drinking the same rasas in a very perverted way. You understand? There's 5 primary rasa and 7 secondary rasa we are drinking, but in a perverted way. But with Krishna, these rasas are drunk in a pure natural way. So these people have the ability. Hare Krishna Mataji, welcome.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. So these devotees have the ability to drink these rasas naturally. Therefore, in their presence, we will not be able to understand them. We may often, Atmat Manate Jagat, we may think they're also like us. But no, they're not like us. Their heart is different. Prabhupada says it looks same, but there is a wide gulf in their activities. Pure devotee, their heart is wide gulf. Something else the heart is acting for. Okay, so Narad Muni's mission was to finish things quickly. Now, this is very difficult for us to understand. Why he has done this. Now he does something. Narada says, "Fatafat, this fellow should die. Fatafat." So Kamsa, with all information he approaches, just look at it. Okay, and what is that? He'll be killed by the 8th son of Vasudeva. The 8th son is Krishna, and he cheated you, Vasudeva. That 8th issue was also our daughter, and he was revealing everything. Okay. So now who is going to read? Nupur Mataji, like to read? Hare Krishna, Nupur Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Start with the line.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, actually.
Where is it from?
Actually.
Oh, actually, the daughter was born of Yashoda, the wife of Nanda Maharaj, and Vasudev exchanged
the daughter.
The daughter. So you were misled. Krishna is the son of Vasudev, as is Balaram. Being afraid of your atrocious nature, Vasudeva has tactfully hidden them in Vrindavan out of your sight. Narada further informs Kamsa. Kamsa and Balram have been living incognito in the care of Nanda Maharaj. All the asuras, your companions who were sent to Vrindavana to kill different children, were all killed by Krishna and Balram. As soon as Kamsa got this information from Narada Muni, he took out his sharpened sword and prepared to kill Vasudeva for his duplicity. But Nanda pacified him. You are not to be killed by Vasudeva, he said. Why are you so anxious to kill him? Better try to kill Krishna and Balram. But in order to satisfy his wrath, Kamsa arrested Vasudeva and his wife and shackled them in iron chains. Acting on the new information, Kamsa immediately called for the Kesi demon and asked him to go to Vrindavana immediately to fetch Balram and Krishna. In actuality, Kamsa asked Keshi to go to Vrindavana to be killed by Krishna and Balram and thus get salvation. Then Kamsa called for the expert elephant trainers, Chanura, Mustika, Sala, Toshala, etc., and told them, my dear friends, try to hear me attentively. At Nanda Maharaj's place in Vrindavan, there are 2 brothers, Krishna and Balram. They are actually 2 sons of Vasudev. As you know, I have been destined to be killed by Krishna. There is a prophecy to this effect. Now I am requesting you to arrange for a wrestling match. People from different parts of the country will come to see the festival. I will arrange to get those 2 boys here and you will try to kill them in the wrestling arena. Wrestling matches are still enjoyed by the indigenous people in the northern part of India. And it appears from the statements of Srimad Bhagavatam that 5000 years ago wrestling was popular. Kamsa planned to arrange a wrestling competition and to invite people to visit. He also told the trainers of the elephants, be sure to bring the elephant named Kuvalyapida and keep him at the gate of the wrestling camp. Try to capture Krishna and Balram on their arrival and kill them. Kamsa also advised his friends to arrange to worship Lord Shiva by offering animal sacrifices and performing the sacrifice called Dhanur Yagna. and the sacrifice performed on the 14th day of the moon, known as Chaturdashi. This date falls 3 days after Ekadashi, and it is set aside for the worship of Lord Shiva. One of the plenary portions of the Lord Shiva is called Kala Bhairav. This form of Lord Shiva is worshipped by the demons who offer skinned animals before him. The process is
Okay. Okay, the process. Chalo, this much we let us discuss now. Okay. So what is happening here? Across Vasudeva tactfully hidden. Okay. He reveals everything now. I don't know why, but he reveals everything. Hey Keshava, why did he reveal all this thing? He's put so much danger he has created.
Prabhu,
Why he's doing it so difficult to understand? Isn't it dangerous? He's putting a life in danger of so many people. Narad Muni, how do we justify?
they're destined to die, no, bro. Death in the hand.
No, but he's putting the life of all these people on risk. Why is he doing? He's not scared.
I think it's as of duty now.
Okay. What do you feel? He's propelled by the Lord within the heart to do this?
Yes, Prabhu.
How could he? From the Lord is dictating him to do. No, he is totally being a pure devotee. He's totally controlled by the Lord. Otherwise, it's very difficult to understand what is he doing.
Yes, Prabhu.
And we may misunderstand sometimes.
Yeah. Prabhu, can I add something?
Yeah, we happily.
No, nothing related. I mean, not related. Of course, related to it. There is a temple in Kannur, Prabhu. Recently, we went. Krishna's temple.
Okay.
Since it is said Krishna, after killing Kamsa, came and sat there. He was hungry after all the fight and all that. And
okay. Then
after killing Kamsa.
Okay. Then
and because before killing Kamsa, he killed this elephant called Kuvalaya Pida. No elephants are allowed in that temple. Otherwise, in Kerala, all temples must have elephants for all the festivals.
Because he doesn't want to see any more elephants now,
In this temple, no elephant is allowed. And nearby, there are 2-3 temples. In that temple also, it is not allowed because Krishna doesn't like elephants.
Kulia Puda has spoiled his mood for elephants. He sees elephant, he'll kill them.
Recently, we went there.
Where it is?
It is near Kannur, bro.
Near Kannur, okay. 2 hours. Maybe from Mangalore, 3 hours. No, Kannur is.
Yeah, same place where we go for treatment.
Okay. Chalo. Next time we go, we'll go together. We can go. Okay. So anyway, Narada, propelled by the Lord, does very mysterious things which may not be easy to understand. Okay, for a common man, it's difficult to understand what's happening. Why is he doing such thing? But Narada is always transcendental and doesn't make a mistake. He's the guru of all great devotees, and it's like it's not that there is no freedom. There is a freedom, but Krishna accepts the word, and they sweeten Krishna's pastime. The Yogamaya and the devotees, they're constantly acting to sweeten Krishna's pastime. It's like we were discussing. The Radha and Krishna, they continue every day how they can meet. Whole day they're planning. It's dynamic and sweet, and everything done out of love. And he has no fear. Another way why he's not worried. He has no fear. He knows Kamsa, Krishna is in total control of the whole creation. He knows whatever I say, nothing is going to happen. You know that? Just like I was hearing when Krishna, even if suppose Narada reveals something, he knows, Krishna knows everything. He'll control. It's like when the Jaya Vijaya were being cursed, Krishna was aware of everything. And he was control of the whole situation. So he knows they are just acting to sweeten Krishna's pastime, to expedite Krishna's pastime. How many more demons Krishna will kill? Finish Kamsa itself now. But now one by one, every day one demon. So I think in that way. What do you say, Keshava? Huh? Is there enough of demons? Maybe let us finish it off. He wanted to wind up Krishna's this pastime of demon killing, and it happened. Parallelly, my video editing is going on. Anybody saw the classes with many pictures? Recent last 2-3 classes. Manoj, how was the review? Is it useful?
Prabhuji, I wasn't able to.
Nupur, did you?
Video.
Did you?
Last week, Prabhu.
No, last 2-3 days classes. I've been putting a short video for 3-4 minutes and a full for 24 minutes, but with a lot of Krishna pictures corresponding to what the class is.
No, I didn't see it yet.
Oh, see, Papa, I put so much effort. 3 hours each.
Okay.
When you get
I
time.
will see it. Yes, Babaji.
So anyway, so this is nice, with you all here together, so get some energy. Then whole week I have to pass. Then I wait for Sunday. Discussing Krishna consciousness. See, we can discuss, but it's very difficult to get a association of people where we can relish. Virtual or gross doesn't matter. The main thing is that we should have people who relish. We are able to relish together. That's the sweetness, Hannah. That is
Actually,
difficult.
I want to thank you because, I had no one over here. So this is the great blessing.
Come to India. Take care.
I know.
Take care. All asuras you went to Vrindavan to kill different. Actually killed by Krishna Balaram. He has revealed everything. This Vasudeva. See, imagine he knows everything. There is nothing hidden from Narada. Nothing is hidden from. He knows everything of Krishna Leela. Not only that, now he will go. Not only here, he will go to meet Krishna also, and he will say he can see future also. He said, now I know you will kill this demon, you will kill Vyomasura, you will kill Dasasura, and then I know you will go to Mathura, you will kill everything. He knows past, present, future. Trikalagna. His disciple Vedavyasa is Trikalagna, Narada is also Trikalagna. Isn't it, Keshava? His details are totally revealed to him, Narada Muni. Know everything he knows. The Krishna was taken from Mathura and put in at Vrindavana and exchange with the girl, but the girl, everything he knows. Krishna said. But at the same time, Bhava Rasika Bhuvi Bhavika. There is a famous shloka, na, Keshava, the third verse. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam sukamukad bhava amritam. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam. This is a ripened fruit of the Vedic knowledge, which is actually drunk by the Galitam Phalam. So this is the fortune of these devotees. Like Narada, they are drinking the ripened fruit and they are relishing it. And Krishna, there is no need to limit. All in Krishna information, everything. And how they are participating actually to sweeten Krishna's pastime. He's not, hey Narada, what have you done? Why did you reveal? No. It's dynamic. I don't think it's totally like he has to speak only about Krishna. But Krishna inspires with the as Paramatma. And devotees also relish sweetening the pastimes of the Lord. They participate. And they have no worry. They know there is nothing to worry. Krishna can control everything. Just like when Aghasura came, the children jumped inside the mouth of Aghasura. It's very frightening what they did. He's a demon, looks to be a demon. No problem, Krishna is there. And they just ran inside the mouth of Aghasura. The Prabhupada says devotee become totally fearless and they know Krishna can do anything. Okay? At the same time, in their capacity, they act to sweeten the pastimes of the Lord. As far as I can understand. Yatha, as what my mind can take. Anybody wants to put better light into that? Keshava can put something. Keshava?
Nothing, bro. Nothing to add.
That's fine. Looks okay. Okay. So Kamsa took his sword, but Narada said to kill Vasudeva. Are Baba, why you want to kill him? Shidra. Yes. Just wait, I have to give my class. Just 1 second. Okay, he took a sword to kill Vasudeva, but Narada said, "You're not to be killed by Vasudeva. Why you're anxious to kill him? You try to kill Krishna Balaram." So anyway, he's satisfied. You cheated me, Vasudeva. And then he called Chanura Mustika. He made a plan. But his plan was, instead they say attack is the best form of defense. Instead of waiting for Krishna Balaram to come and kill him, he designed a plan. Come, let us settle it now. Kshatriya spirit is there. So, and he made his plan, how to finish off this problem. Okay. And therefore, the childhood, since the beginning, he was trying how to eliminate his cause of death. That's why we are also trying how to eliminate the cause of death. But we all fight a losing battle. One day, nature crushes us. Same way, he is inviting his trouble. Prabhupada says wrestling looks to be popular those times. So people did have. Okay, be sure to bring the demon, try to capture Krishna Balaram, arrange worship Lord Shiva. Looks to be a devotee of Lord Shiva. And that's why I think he had a big dhanur. This Chaturdashi. So in Chaturdashi, this is planned. Okay. One of the plant you call Kala Bhairav. The process is, yes, Nupur Mataji. Okay, this is okay. This page is okay. Is there anything you felt that we should add?
Everything okay, Prabhuji.
The process is still current.
Still, the process is still current in India in a place called Vaidyanath Dhama, where the demons offer animal sacrifices to the deity of Kala Bhairav. Kamsa belonged to this demonic group. He was also expert diplomat, and so he quickly arranged for his demon friends to kill Krishna and Balram. He then called for Akrura, one of the descendants of the family of Yadu, in which Krishna was born as the son of Vasudeva. When Akrura came to see Kamsa, Kamsa very politely shook hands with him and said, "My dear Akrura, actually I have no better friend than you in the Bhoj and the Yadu dynasties. You are the most munificent person. So as a friend, I'm begging charity from you. Actually, I have taken shelter of you exactly as King Indra takes shelter of Lord Vishnu. I request you to go immediately to Vrindavan and find the two boys named Krishna and Balram. They are the sons of Nanda Maharaj. Take this nice chariot especially prepared for the boys and bring them here immediately. That is my request to you. Now, my plan is to kill these two boys. As soon as they come in the gate, there will be a giant elephant named Kuvalyapida awaiting, and possibly he will be able to kill them. But if somehow or the other they escape, they will next meet the wrestlers and will be killed by them. That is my plan. And after killing these two boys, I shall kill Vasudeva and Nanda, who are supporters of the Vrishni and Bhoja dynasties. I shall also kill my father Ugrasen and his brother Devaka, because they are actually my enemies and are hindrances to my diplomacy and politics. Thus, I shall get rid of all my enemies. Jarasandh is my father-in-law, and I have a great monkey friend named Dvivida. With their help, it will be easy to kill all the kings on the surface of the world who support the demigods. This is my plan. In this way, I shall be free from all opposition, and it will be very pleasant to rule the world without obstruction. You may know also that Sambara Narkasur and Banasur are my intimate friends, and when I begin this war against the kings who support the demigods, they will help me considerably. Surely I shall be rid of all my enemies. Please go immediately to Vrindavan and encourage the boys to come here to see the beauty of Mathura and take pleasure in the wrestling competition. After hearing this plan of Kamsa, Akrura replied, "My dear king, your plan is very excellently made to counteract the hindrances to your diplomatic activities. But you should maintain some discretion, or your plans will not be fruitful. After all, man proposes, God disposes. We may make very great plans, but unless they are sanctioned by the supreme authority, they will fail. Everyone in this material world knows that that the supernatural power is the ultimate disposer of everything. One may make very great plan with his fertile brain, but he must know that he will become subjected to the fruits, misery, and happiness. But I will have nothing to say against your proposal. As a friend, I shall carry out your order and bring Krishna and Balram here as you desire." After instructing his friends in various ways, Kamsa retired, and Akrura went to Vrindavan. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of 35th chapter of Krishna. Kamsa sends Akrura for Krishna.
Okay, so now Akrura is basically big analysis. Why did Akrura, why he was staying with Kamsa, and then he is actually feeling great pleasure in the heart. I have chance now to see Krishna. He was not worried. Just like Narada, he was also not worried. ठीक है, चले, चलते. Got a chance to take darshan of Krishna, and Akrura comes. And it is the famous thing when he sees the footprints of Krishna in Vrindavan, he starts rolling in ecstasy. So he's a great devotee. Okay. So Kamsa makes his big plan. I have this plan, like we all have plan. I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this. And he says, okay, Krishna, you propose. Yeah, we also make so many plans, but we should know finally Krishna's will. Krishna has a will that predominates. So Krishna's will is going to predominate. If indirectly he hints him. You may have some, he knows who can kill God. But okay, you may have big plans. Finally, Krishna is in control. Okay. Yes, we enter one more chapter. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, small chapter.
Yes.
Chalo. Chalo. Preeti, are you able to read? No, Preeti is out. Murti Mataji, you like to read for some time? Are you able to read?
No, Prabhu, I can't read it. The letters are very small, tiny for me.
ठीक है.
Okay.
चलो. Nupur Mataji.
I didn't get connection from my iPad.
Our reader is there. Nupur Mataji is there.
Next time I'll do it.
Yeah, no problem. No problem, Nupur, for you. You want me to increase the size or it's fine?
No, it's okay.
You are seeing from mobile or from a laptop?
From mobile.
Still, it is good. Huh? Why? Great.
Yeah. Okay. Chapter 36, Killing the Keshi Demon and Vyomasura. After being instructed by Kamsa, the demon Keshi assumed the form of terrible horse. He entered the area of Vrindavana, his great mane flying and his hooves digging up the earth. He began to whinny and terrify the whole world. Krishna saw that the demon was terrifying all the residents of Vrindavan with his whinnying and his tail wheeling in the sky like a big cloud. Krishna could understand that the horse was challenging him to fight. The Lord accepted his challenge and stood before the Keshi demon. As he called him to fight, the horse began to proceed towards Krishna, making a horrible sound like a roaring lion. Keshi rushed towards the Lord with great speed and tried to trample him with his legs, which were very strong, forceful, and as hard as a stone. Krishna, however, immediately caught hold of his legs and thus baffled him. Being somewhat angry, Krishna began to move around the horse dexterously. After a few rounds, he threw him 100 yards away, just as Garuda throws a big snake. Thrown by Krishna, the horse immediately passed out. But after a little while, he regained consciousness and with great anger and force rushed towards Krishna again, this time with his mouth open. As soon as Keshi reached him, Krishna pushed his left hand within the horse's mouth, and the horse felt great pain because the hand of Krishna fell to him like a hot iron rod. Immediately his teeth fell out. Krishna's hand within the mouth of the horse at once began to inflate, and Casey's throat choked up. As the great horse began to suffocate, perspiration appeared on his body, and he began to throw his legs hither and thither. As his last breath came, his eyeballs bulged in their sockets, and he passed stool and urine simultaneously. Thus the vital force of his life expired. When the horse was dead, his mouth became loose, and Krishna could extract his hand without difficulty. He did not feel any surprise that the Kesi demon was killed so easily. But the demigods were amazed, and out of their great appreciation, they offered Krishna greetings by showering flowers.
He was a very, very powerful
After this-
demon, this Keshi. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chola, let us understand this first page by page. Let us go.
Okay.
So Keshi, one more demon has come now. Kamsa is relentless, trying one after another. Okay, one more trial he is making, thinking he can kill Krishna. And he has come and he's trying some tricks. And Krishna, what he does, puts his hand inside his mouth, and his hand feels like an iron rod. And iron rod. Some reason Krishna made his hand, he can do anything very hot. And the hand started expanding inside his mouth, and he choked up and he died. Chapter closed. Okay? Yeah. Next. When the horse was dead, his mouth became loose. Yes, Nupur Mataji. Mouth became loose.
Oh, you want?
Yeah,
Okay.
continue.
Okay. After this incident, Narada Muni, the greatest of all devotees, came to see Krishna in a solitary place and began to talk with him. My dear Lord Krishna, he said, you are the unlimited super soul, the supreme controller of all mystic powers, the Lord of the whole universe, and the all-pervading personality of Godhead. You are the resting place of the cosmic manifestation, the master of all devotees and the Lord of everyone. My dear Lord, as the super soul of all living entities, you remain concealed within their hearts exactly as fire remains concealed in every piece of fuel. You are the witness of all activities of living entities, and you are the supreme controller within their hearts. You are self-sufficient before the creation. You are self-sufficient before the creation you existed, and by your energy you have created the whole material universe. According to your perfect plan, this material world is created by the interaction of modes of nature, and by you they are maintained and inhalated. Although you are unaffected by all these activities, you are the supreme controller eternally. My dear Lord, you have advented yourself on the surface. Hold on, on the surface of this world just to kill all the so-called kings who are actually demons. These these hobgoblins are cheating people in the dress of princely order. You have adventured yourself to fulfill your own statement that you come within this material world just to protect the principles of religion and annihilate unwanted miscreants. My dear Lord, I am therefore sure that the day after tomorrow I shall see demons like Chanura, Mustika, and other wrestlers and elephants, as well as Kamsa himself, killed by you. And I shall see this with my own eyes. After this, I hope I shall be able to see the killing of other demons like Shankha, Yavana, Mura, and Narkasur. I shall also see how you take away the Parijat flower from the kingdom of heaven and have you defeat the king of heaven himself. My dear Lord, Narada Muni continued, I shall then be able to see how you marry princesses, the daughter of chivalrous kings, by paying the price of Kshatriya strength. Whenever a Kshatriya wants to marry a beautiful and qualified princess of a great king, he must fight his competitors and emerge victorious. Then he is given the hand of the princess in charity.
Okay, now just let us understand this page. Okay, that was something very interesting. I think that's an etiquette. Whenever you meet the Lord, first you have to offer prayers. Even when Ashwatthama in the first canto of Bhagavatam, Ashwatthama threw the Brahmastra. So Arjuna asked Krishna, "Hey Krishna, Krishna Mahabaho." Beautiful prayers. Prabhupada said this is etiquette. First, offer respects. Hare Krishna, so wonderful. Just like any sannyasis also come. What do we say? Hare Krishna Maharaj, so wonderful you have come. It's so nice. First, we have to offer some respect. Then ask. Even we do it in our daily, it's natural. Okay? It should be with Krishna. Definitely, first you have to offer prayers. So first they are offering prayers before asking, telling him something like, Lord Krishna, you will conceive. It's a very interesting revelation is giving. Means we know it, but see how nicely he's saying it. You remain conceived in the heart of everyone. Everybody's heart is sitting and watching. And Krishna is always smiling, and definitely is smiling now because we are trying to discuss his pastime. It is said, Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. There are 4 shlokas of Gita which summarize the Gita. So one of the shlokas is Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Machita madagata prana bodhayastas parasparam. Katyantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. This is my devotees are always talking about me and relation. Krishna always also says, I am not situated in Vaikuntha. I am situated where devotees are trying to talk about. So anyway, we have very neophytes, but it's pleasing, definitely pleasing. It's order of Prabhupada. This is actually what we are doing. It is called congregational reading. We're together reading Prabhupada books. And today the facility allows, we even are sitting in different places, we can read the books together. So this is very nice line. You remain concealed in the heart of everyone as a fire remains in a piece of wood. We can't see it, it's there. Just like a wood can be burned because there is some material inside which can burn. So in that way, fire remains concealed in the wood. That fire you can't see, but it is there. Because samely in our heart, Lord is there, witness. He is not just sitting there, he is witness for all the activities. He is totally self-sufficient. He doesn't need anything. He's totally self-satisfied and self-sufficient. Okay? And he is giving his total spiritual knowledge. Narad Muni is our guru. His material world is created by according to your plan. Modes of material nature are involved, and it is maintained annihilated by you. It is annihilated, but you are unaffected by all those activities. You're supreme controller eternally. Okay? And you came to protect the pious devotees, and you have done that. And I see you will kill Chanura, Mushtika, other wrestlers, and you will kill Kamsa tomorrow. I am sure day after tomorrow. He's talking about day after tomorrow. Okay, I think some time is taken to walk, and with my own eyes. Let's see, killing other demons like Shanka, Yavana, Mura, Narakasura. Okay, now Akrura will come, and one day they will walk and go, and Krishna will take rest in the night, and in the morning he comes and goes and kills. Take care. Chanura, Kamsa itself will be killed by you. I shall then be able to see how we marry so many princesses, and this is the Kshatriya system of marriage. Okay. Yes, continue. Anybody? Keshava, Manoj, feel free. Anybody likes to come in now, say something, add. Murti Mataji, something you want to say? Vanita, Hare Krishna Vanita, you want to say something? Manoj, like to add something?
No, Prabhuji.
Yeah. How is he able to say all this? I will see Chanura, Mushtika. Vanita, Hare Krishna Vanita.
Hare Krishna.
You like to say something on this? Narada Muni is predicting everything. Isn't it amazing?
So,
Huh?
we are taking class to the kids.
I know. We all know. You have a purpose is very important to take care of the child, definitely. I know. Okay. Chalo. No problem. Vanita, I'll make it mute so you continue. Okay. So anyway, Narad Muni is an amazing personality here. You see, he's able to predict everything that is going to happen. Okay. And it is a Kshatriya system of marriage. Done. Okay, chalo, Nupur Mataji, continue.
I shall also see how you have King Nriga have you saved King Nriga from a hellish condition, said Narada Muni. This you shall enact in Dwarka. I shall also be able to see how you get your wife and the Syamantaka jewel, and you save the son of a Brahmana from death after he has already been transferred to another planet. After this, I will be able to see you kill the Panduraka demon and burn to ashes the kingdom of Kashi. I will see have you kill the king of Seri and Dantavarka in great fights on behalf of Maharaj Yudhishthira. Besides all this, it will be possible for me to see many other chivalrous activities while you remain in Dwarka. And all these activities performed by your grace will be sung by the great poets for all time. And at the battle of Kurukshetra, you will take part as a chariot driver of your friend Arjuna, and as the invincible death incarnation, eternal time, you will vanquish all belligerents assembled there. I shall see a large number of military forces like uh, killed in the battlefield. My lord, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto your lotus feet. You are situated completely in the transcendental position in perfect knowledge and bliss. You are complete in yourself and are beyond all desires. By exhibiting your internal potencies, you have set up the influence of Maya. Your unlimited potency cannot even be measured by anyone. My dear Lord, you are the supreme controller. You are under your own internal potency, and it is simply vain to think that you are dependent on any of your creations. You have taken birth in the Yadu dynasty or the Vrishini dynasty. Your advent on the surface of earth in your original form of eternal blissful knowledge is your own pastime. You are not dependent on anything but yourself. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances unto your lotus feet. Narada Muni wanted to impress upon people in general that Krishna is fully independent. His activities, such as appearance in the family of Yadu or his friendship with Arjuna, do not necessarily oblige him to act to enjoy their results. They are all pastimes, and for him they are all play, but for us they are actual tangible facts. After offering his respectful obeisances to Lord Krishna, Narada Muni took permission and left. After he had killed the Kesi demon, Krishna returned to tending the cows with his friends in the forest as though nothing had happened. Thus, Krishna is eternally engaged in the transcendental activities in Vrindavan with his friends, the cowherd boys and gopis. But sometimes he exhibits the extraordinary prowess of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by killing different types of.
We'll come to that. Now, the stage, let us just understand. It's very simple. Krishna book is very, very sweet, but it's good. We just digest it nicely. And now Narad Muni is able to see everything that is going to happen in the future. It's talking about all the pastimes here, if you can see. Correct? Everything here you can see he's talking about. Okay? And he's talking about in the battle of Kurukshetra that will happen. He will take you as a chariot driver of everything he knows. Okay. This is a great devotee. Krishna is allowing him to see everything. Okay. And he's offering his prayers to Krishna. He just now gone to Kamsa and told him to accelerate. And he has gone to Krishna and said, it's all happening. You're not dependent on anything but yourself. That Krishna is fully independent. He is our guru. He's giving some information for us, which is, this is kind of meditation we should have for Krishna. He's totally independent. He doesn't need anybody's help for any activity. He is appearing in the family of the Yadu. He's not obliged to enjoy the result. Okay. Act to enjoy the result. Fully independent. Okay. Other triangle fact. Because Narada took permission and went, and Krishna accepted all the prayers of Narada and back with his sweet pastime with the cowherd boys. They are higher devotees than even Narada. Krishna has come. Just like you meet your servant and then you go to meet your friends. which is sweeter? The friends, correct? So they are in higher rasa, and Krishna is going to enjoy sweet pastime with his devotees. Upas. Yes, Mataji, we have one more to read page. By killing different types of Nupur, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, different types of demons. Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. Sorry. Yeah, killing different types of demons. Later that morning, Krishna went to play with his cowherd boy friends on the top of Govardhana hill. They were imitating the play of thieves and police. Some of the boys became police constables, and some became thieves, and some took the role of lambs. While they were thus enjoying their childhood pastimes, a demon known by the name of Yomasura, the demon who flies in the sky, appeared on the scene. He was the son of another great demon named Maya. The demons can perform wonderful magic. Vyomasura took part of a cowherd boy playing as thief and stole many boys who were playing the parts of lambs. One after the other, he took away almost all the boys and put them in the caves of the mountain and sealed the mouths of the caves with stones. Krishna could understand the trick the demon was playing. Therefore, he caught hold of him exactly like a lion catches hold of a lamb. The demon tried to expand himself like a hill to escape arrest, but Krishna did not allow him to get out of his clutches. He was immediately thrown on the ground with great force and killed, just as an animal is killed in the slaughterhouse. After killing the Vyoma demon, Lord Krishna released all his friends from the cave of mountains. He was then praised by his friends and by the demigods for these wonderful acts. He again returned to Vrindavana with his cows and friends.
So in
Thus
this
ends
day,
the Bhaktivedanta purport. Yeah.
Yeah, continue, finish.
36th chapter of Krishna killing the Kesi demon and Vyomasura.
Now this is nice, killing Keshi and Vyomasura demon. The two demons in one day. So there was a lot of work on the last day before Krishna winds up and goes. And these demons were not possible even for Devatas to kill. They were very powerful demons, these demons. So Vyomasura was a flying demon, imagine. He could a huge demon who could fly. And he played some tricks, and he one thing is that Krishna is showing by playing, children should be allowed to play. You know, they were joking. Previously in our time, the parents used to push us inside the house. And now they have to push us outside the house. We don't go. Children are just staying in the house. The same way, here these boys are playing, allowed to play, and they're playing every day. And as they're playing, Krishna is protecting them. And this demon has come and he has tried to play the tricks, and Krishna killed this big demon. And they're all in a mountain cave with a big stone. Krishna frees his friends, and they're again back. So this is one more pastime today. What is the next chapter? Akrura's arrival. This is a very intense chapter, like what we read till now. These are all killing demons. Is like one more rasa. So they are. What are the demons killed today? Keshi demon.
Vyomasura.
We read so much. Akrura comes. He Kamsa plans, and Narada Muni discloses everything to Kamsa, and then after that, Narada Muni meets Krishna and tells him that, you know, I know what's going to happen. And he met in a solitary place. He can offer his prayers, and he has the opportunity. And then he shows that he knows everything that Krishna will do. And then he offers his lot of knowledge as our guru. He's giving us wonderful knowledge about Krishna. And then in the beginning of this chapter, you know, Krishna killed the Keshi demon. At the end of the chapter, he kills the Vyomasura. One more demon is killed by Krishna. Yes. Now for others to contribute something. Yes, something you want to say? Manita Mataji, Nupur Mataji, Manoj.
I was just wanted to say something about Narada Muni.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually. You had asked the question that why did he go and tell Kamsa everything? But I think what you said is correct, that he wanted to basically finish off Kamsa as soon as possible. And of course, he was following the directions from the Lord itself.
Even Ravana he did like that. It says that he accelerated. You know that? Ravana had tied up the Devatas. I just heard that, and he used to climb on their back to his seat.
Oh my God.
He said, why you put on their back? You should put your legs on their face. Idea was that my Lord Rama quickly kill him.
Comment, yeah.
You heard about that? Something like that?
No, this is the first time I'm hearing.
Anyway, idea is that he is all pastimes. He sweetens the pastime, you know. Just like you make some sweet, you put some nice extra items to make it very wonderful. Saffron, you put this, cashews. The same way he wants to sweeten the past. That's what devotees' business is. They see Radha Krishna dancing, they come, bring some mridanga, some kartal, some harmonium, give a background music, so they enjoy dancing. The same way, his purpose is to sweeten the pastimes, and he's participating. In fact, now I personally met him in offering prayers. Krishna is accepting the prayers. But when he comes to the palace, Krishna gives him worship as an Acharya should be worshipped. Narad Muni visits him in the palace also once, Dwarka, and Krishna gets up from the seat and makes him sit on the seat, worships Narada. And Narad Muni knows, my Lord, what you are doing, but at the same time, externally participating in the pastimes of the Lord. Yes, my Lord, I know that he giving a lesson to everybody how to receive a devotee. Because as a king, Krishna was taking respect. But here as the Lord, Krishna accepted his prayers and went back to play with his friends. They're all small boys. He's big, and another demon comes, kills him off. You know, all this actually, demons also one way give pleasure to the Lord because he wants to enjoy fighting. So Krishna comes to the metal world, all the demons give him the pleasure, you know, of no time. For Krishna, it's just see, Krishna, just like it is said when the Samudra Manthan was happening, the Kurma was feeling great pleasure of the mountain rubbing on his back. Just like when we have an itching sensation, somebody scratches it, is so pleasurable. The same way he's enjoying. So that's all Samudra Manthan happened just to give pleasure to Kurma. Okay, little itching. So like that for the Lord's pastime, these activities are happening. And Narada is very much aware, is participating. And he is also now, Akrura will come, very beautiful and very intense chapter next time. So I feel everybody should participate. Okay. Anybody has anything else to say? Manoj, you not said something today? What are the most beautiful thing today?
Most beautiful thing, Prabhuji, that mainly is about the pastimes of Krishna, Prabhuji. So and through these stories, we get to know about Krishna and understand how great he is as the as the supreme personality of Godhead.
And we develop proper meditation on Krishna, correct?
That's right.
Hearing gradually, and our heart meditation develops on Krishna. And the heart gets purified, you know, so much purification happens. Because in our heart, there is a place for a hero, you know? And we see the real hero here. And Krishna takes that place. See, there are certain things we need. Just like all of us need a friend. If we don't make devotee a friend, we'll make karmi a friend. We will make. So better make a devotee a friend, correct? Similarly, we have a tendency to idolize somebody as a hero. And Krishna is the hero. We don't have to create another hero. Krishna is the hero for all the devotees, correct? And in great Acharya, they're also heroes. Like in ISKCON Prabhupada is the hero, correct? Their activities are Urukrama. Therefore, Krishna is called Urukrama. Many people say they are God, but they can't perform all these activities. If they see all this Keshi demon and all this demon, they will pass stool and urine, they'll pass all these so-called gods. So they were very powerful demons, so powerful demons, the Devatas are frightened of them, correct?
Yeah.
But still, Krishna killed them, you know, effortlessly. And anyway, Krishna purposes Paritranaya Sadhunam, to protect the demons, Vinashaya Dushkita, and protect the devotees and kill the demons. So he does it. Naturally, he does it. He does it out of love for his devotees. So Krishna is protecting. In that way, we see mood of Krishna, always protecting his devotees. So if you become devotees, we see there is even Keshi demon comes, Arishta Sura comes, this Sura comes, Krishna is protecting. All we need to do is just take shelter of Krishna and become his devotee. Prabhupada says one place, don't worry, just become his devotee. If needed, he'll lift a mountain to protect you. Can you imagine somebody lifting a mountain to protect? Krishna can go to any scale. He can, even when the huge flood was there, and the Vaivasvata Manu, the previous, now he became, was Satyavrata in the previous life. And he was very dear devotee for the Lord. And Krishna did not want him to die. Generally, when pralaya happens, everybody dies, correct? So Krishna came as a fish incarnation and took him out. Krishna can do anything. And they could imagine anything Krishna can do. He took a huge form of the fish and said, sit on the boat and bring different items. And so this happened in some other time. Anyway, challenges Keshi and all. You want to fight? Fight whenever you're disturbed by devotees. And then it kills the Keshi demon, Vyomasura. Yes, any other meditation, something you all had read, so you want to discuss, some questions, something. You didn't come last time, or not? I think a broadcast.
My family was coming.